Right guys, I really do have some news for you in this video, but first of all I want to go through a bit of a stock update. So you find me in my latest car, well, one of my latest cars. It's sat around because I've enjoyed driving it actually. The keen eyes amongst us will know it's a Jaguar XF. I'm going to show you around that shortly, and I've got a little Corsa that I just picked up yesterday as well. I've got Fiesta 1.6 turbo diesel that's in the garage, getting an MOT which it needed. It's an 11 plate, full service history, right? It's done 157k on it, tidy enough car, and it needs bottom arms, rear axle bushes like we always do, and some discs and pads for MOT. Should be a bit of profit in that because it's a really desirable little car. It's that fancy grey colour that everyone loves, and it's actually in the garage down the road here. So I should have that back tomorrow and then get it in for MOT. It's booked in already. I'm going to show you around the Corsa shortly, but first off is the Jag. But I'm going to do something a bit special with this. Yes, I am driving whilst operating a mobile phone, but it is on private property, so you can't say anything. Right. Oh, look at this here. In camera. Look at that. Beautiful. Love it. It's fancy, isn't it? But I want to show you something. So, it might look to most people like I am reversing a Jaguar XF into a garage unit of some description, and I am. But the good news is this is mine, and this right here, believe me, don't laugh, it's going to be a car dealership. I'm going to get a few cars in there. I estimate about 4. Obviously this is the largest car I've ever sold on here, but I estimate we can get a couple more cars in here. Generally I'll be able to get 3 at least. With this big beast it might be a little bit less, but yeah, I've signed off for rent. This is going to be my new unit. It really isn't looking its best. There's still some block work to be done on the sides. That bit's been done. I think they're doing up there and here, but I'm going to get a good lick of paint, a good clean out. The previous tenant really hasn't looked after it. Get rid of all this rubbish, sweep it all out, tidy it all up. Then obviously we have, well, they're going to clear that actually. I did mention that thing's really heavy, by the way. It was the most disgusting toilet I've ever seen, so I says, look, you need to sort this, guys. It needs a good lick of paint, good clean out. They have put a new toilet in, but the rest of it does need quite a bit of work. Looks like a prison where you go to do business, doesn't it? I'll get there. Everything's getting painted, tidied, but the main thing is we need to sell some cars. This Jag being one of them. So, worst things first. Needs a bit of paint on the bumper corner and the wing. 18-inch alloy wheels, they're not too bad. I've just paid for some new brake discs. It needed a door lock and a window regulator on the driver's side. This is its worst side. There is a fine mark all the way down here. You might be able to see that, but it just needs a good buff out. This bit obviously does need a bit of paint on the bumper corner. We'll probably, because it is quite a nice car, we're probably going to buff it all up, you know, your typical Jag owner is like. The Jaguar has only done, let's see if it'll pop up there. It's not going to show you, is it? I'm going to have to fire her up for 3 litre diesel. We don't do things by halves here, no 2.7s. Oh, it's just a beautiful place to be. I still love these XFs. When you start them up, everything just pops into place. And amazingly on this one, all the vents work. It's telling me the service is required, but it isn't, because I have just had it done. I will have to, however, tell my mechanic to reset the service light for me. But if you go, where is it on these? It's on here. We'll ignore that. I've been, there you go, 88,000 miles from new. That's absolutely nothing for one of these. Honestly, what a lovely place it is. I mean, this woody is a bit questionable, let's just say, but a really nice finish, really well built. That's all leather wrapped. It's beautiful. Look at all the chrome, look at all the leather. Everything's finished to a high standard. apart from everything underneath, under the bonnet, and, well, what you can't see. It's a typical Jaguar, isn't it? Oh, that's the electric steering wheel popping back in. Honestly, guys, it looks like an absolute tip at the moment, but I'm so excited for this. Really excited. Like I say, this is the biggest car I will be selling, but it is taking up quite a lot of space. But we'll get all the stuff out of the way. I don't know why I'm paying full whack for this unit, to be fair. I've only got half a space at the moment, which is a bit annoying, but there we go. Leather's all in nice condition. Boot needs a good clean. Strange for a Jag. It's probably about the worst of it, I'd say. I've already seen a reversing camera. Look at that. Some horrible mats we'll be getting rid of. Oh, I haven't had a look under here. Look at that tin of Strongbow. What else have we got? There's all sorts in here. What's the Jaguar man been stealing? Vape, he was a vapist. Hey, it's full. Beautiful. He's definitely stolen that. Tow bar. I haven't tried it with that, so I don't really... Oh, I have no need to. But there you go, it'll be thrown in with the car for free. Look at them lights, it's just a thing of beauty. We'll get the bird muck cleaned off it, of course. The tyres are all good as well, actually. Did notice that. But yeah, really, really nice car. This. Really pleased with it. Tidied up really, really well. I'm going to tidy this up, get it in the best I can, the size of the thing, and then we're going to get this little Corsa in, because that's the next car that I've purchased. Let's have a look around a little Corsa D then. Nice little sunset over Darlington tonight, isn't it? Yeah, right next to the railway. Nice little place to be, actually. Let's have a little look around it then. So the bodywork actually looks alright on this thing. There's the keys. Central locking works. We have only got one of these. Front tyre, we've got about 5mm. Brakes seem alright, there's certainly no juddering or anything. Again, covered in bird muck. Say about 5.5mm on the rear tyre. It looks like it may have had a bit of paint on that back bumper, but it all seems to match okay, which is a good sign. Definitely going to get some fresh number plates. Carpet. Was it an old man? It could have been, couldn't it? It's always a good sign. These always go missing for some reason. But you've got locking wheel nuts, jack, whatever else. But obviously they didn't think to do a service check, which is frustrating. Oh, strap, that'll come in handy for me truck. Cloth, wheel brace. Just needs a good tidy up in there, doesn't it, really? Get rid of that stupid carpet. A bit faded. Bit of black trim shine on there, or paint even. Seats a little bit stained, not too bad though. It smells like a Corsa. If you know, you know, but they do have a Corsa smell. And there's a separate smell for insignias. And Zephyrs is normally rotten food and children's vomit, but there we go. Yeah, seems an alright thing. So this one here was a car that was rejected by someone at BCA. It was originally through the Virtue Group. I caught tabs on it, I was like, ooh, quite fancy that. And missed out because I wasn't quick enough. Someone's obviously gone there, not put any miles on, and then it was BCA by now. I thought, oh no, why is it being rejected? But for a 13 plate with 92,000 miles and seemingly no warning lights or anything, bearing in mind there was no report either, I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a piece of this. And how do you get key? Now we got 2 moments. There we go. It has a inspection light on, which means it needs a service, I do believe. And get this rubbish turned off. S Club 7 or whatever it was. But that works. The aircon's a bit poor, to be honest. It probably needs a regas. That's a little bit blurry actually, but you can read it. Well, it seems to be in good condition apart from needing a good clean. All this gloss black often gets mucky. You've got a glove box which works strangely for a Corsa. and of course there is no service history whatsoever, but it has got a key code, so it should be alright. Well, I'd much rather a service book with lots of stamps, but oh well. Anti-glare works in the rear view mirror. Seats need a little bit of a scrub. It doesn't smell dirty, like I say, it just smells like a Corsa. It's got aux, not USB, got the 12-volt socket point there. All works. It just needs regassing the aircon. As to the buttons on the steering wheel, they all work. So do these, but I think it does need a bit of washer fluid. There we go. Excuse me. So we're going to pull this one in the unit now and have a little look around, see what we think's going on. But watch this here. So I'm trying to set off. There's absolute... The clutch works, but it's very, very high. Handbrake's okay though. Brake's alright. Engine sounds fairly healthy. It may have a very slight blow from the flexi exhaust pipe. Nothing too expensive. I have a good exhaust man that could fix that if the parts are too dear. So I'm not too worried. I think I might have to put a clutch in it though. It's not slipping at all, but I think it's anyone that comes to see this car, bearing in mind it's probably going to be a first car, I don't think you're going to get a hang of the clutch. And I don't like people turning down cars. I genuinely think of all my cars, more than 80% of the people, the first viewers buy them. Probably more. I'd say probably 85, maybe even 90%. I'll actually have a little look at that sometimes. I'm fairly confident. Possibly a start of a track rod end on there, but we'll have a little look anyway. But I drove this car back from Newcastle and it drove absolutely spot on, no issues, and it was on a very hot day. And being a Corsa, let's face it, it probably would have spat its dummy out and overheated if it was going to. Okay, I've got to pull it into the unit now. Bear with us 2 moments. There we go, it's in for now. Tucked right in. The big Jag's not doing us any favours, is it? So that corner will probably be reserved for something a little bit smaller. It'd be nice to maybe get a little desk or somewhere to sit on that side. And then if, again, like normal, I was doing smaller cars, I think you could definitely get 3 or 4. Get rid of all the building blocks and whatever else. I think there's plenty of room in here. Easily 3 cars. But yeah, tidy little car, a little Corsa. But I don't know, I think we might have to sort this clutch out. Not too happy with that. Everything else seems alright, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how I'm going to get past there. Now that's so frustrating. I didn't pay for this, did I? But I did get a really good deal for the unit, to be honest. Up in the northeast, some of you guys down south could only dream of a little place like this, and paid 450-ish quid a month. That's including all insurance, site fees. They come and look after it. Seems on a really, really nice little estate, to be honest. So I tell you what, let's try and get past these cars because it's frustrating me. I need to lose a bit of weight here. There we are, I'm through. But there's plenty of wasted space here, isn't there? So it'd be nice to get that all sorted. And does anyone want to buy a Jag? It's a nice car. I just want to get that paint sorted and then it's good to go. It's had all the mechanical work, but it's taking up too much room. And I'm having to insure it separately because my trade insurance, if you put it up above Group 35, it's blooming massive. The cost extra for it. So it's just on a temp insurance for now. But yeah, what's that going on there? Is that just grime behind the number plate? I think it is. Definitely needs sorting, don't it? But yeah, nice little Corsa that. And a nice little unit. Like I say, 3 or 4 cars, I reckon. It's got the electric roller shutter door. We've got the little bathroom, kitchen area type thing. Grubby handprints on the Jag. But I think more than anything, for me, my mood is very weather dependent. Okay, so I look forward to doing this. I really enjoy it. But when I get rained off, or if it's too hot to be polishing a car, my mood is down there. So I think just having that bit of shelter for the rain, for the sun, even though at the moment, until I do go full time and that, this probably won't make me any more money. It's going to cost me money. I certainly think it's going to speed things up. But yeah, got some nice little cars around us. Like I say, we've got this 1.2 Corsa, the Jag, 2 very retailable, nice little cars here. Good practice. Fiesta, a bit high on the mileage, but again, it's certainly been well looked after. It's had one owner since 2016 or something. And then we've got a Citroen C4 automatic that actually overheated on the way from BCA Leeds, so we made it back in the end, but it's going to need looking at. I think JBM are on with that. We've got a nice little garage down the road here as well. He seems pretty good. I've been giving some work his way, and when I do use the valeters, they are literally 50 metres that way. The next estate up, it's a 2-minute walk, so that's really handy, and there's a Chinese on the end as well. But yeah, what else have we got? We've got the Type R still. I'll be honest, I've taxed that. I'm having fun. My E46 is off the road. I wanted a bit of a fun car for summer, so eventually the E46 will probably end up where we are now, and the Civic will get the chain done and go. I still haven't had that chain done, you know. I haven't had any issues with that at all. The only other thing that's packed in on the Civic is the passenger window motor. It doesn't go up or down, and obviously, as we know already, it needs an aircon regas. But more than anything, we need to get this little place up and running, tidied up, full tidy up, full clean in there. I'm thinking of getting the walls painted. They'll probably be grey so far up, and then white, and then I may even get the company logo in the background there. I think that would look good eventually, wouldn't it? And the floor's going to be painted like a dark grey colour. Let's get a nice paint, something nice and hard wearing. We're not really going to be doing mechanical work, but you never know, some of the chemicals we're using when we're cleaning the cars, we don't want it having to be painting the floor every couple of months, as I know people that do that. It's so frustrating. It's an awful job. I've never done it, but I'm going to have to get my hands dirty at some point. And I'll tell you what, for a unit, look at this. There's no leaks, damp, nothing like that. A lot of the units over this part of town, or the other side of Albert Hill, are atrocious. But I'm quite confident putting some nice cars in here, inviting members of the public in here to purchase a car, and hopefully we'll be able to get like a little fridge, get some refreshments in there, tidy the toilet room up. I think that's probably one of the easier jobs, to be honest. It's probably not as bad as it looks, is it? But yeah, we're not far away. It's all on for now, isn't it? Might even see about getting some cheap lino to put down there. That's to be fair, tidied up, it's probably miles better, isn't it? But yeah, all these electric seats as well, fancy. But yeah, really proud. Thank you all for watching, and I'm not going to show you anything else this video. I actually traded up my BMW Estate, the 3 Series. I had a 55 plate. I'm now in an 09, which is an M Sport as well. Really pleased with that. It's been a cracking buy so far, and I got it, it's like 500 quid on top, so I've had an absolute steal out of that. It owes me about 1100-1200 quid. The car retails I think it's about 2400. But being an M Sport, you know, they absolutely fly out. They look right, them E91s. So yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for watching along my videos. It's probably played a big part in me getting this far today. I mean, I'd have done it anyway, but I enjoy doing it, and I'm really happy with the news. Hopefully it all pays off, and I'm going to do this full time at some point. Thank you very much for watching. All take care, and have a lovely evening.